Have you ever had that experience of having a few days of bad eating and not working out and then feeling completely terrible about yourself? Well, I definitely have been there, and if you're watching this video, I know that you have probably gone through the exact same thing. The self-judgment is not helping you reach your health goals, and it is not really helping with good mental health and good emotional health and just all-around positive feelings about yourself. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, and I'm going to give you practical tips on how you can break free from this cycle so that your health and wellness journey can be less stressful, more enjoyable, and just filled with so much more love and appreciation for yourself. But before we dive into it, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, definitely hit that subscribe button, like and share this video with other sisters in your circle who are going through similar things as you. The type of self-judgment that I'm talking about in this video is a symptom of low self-worth. As women in this world that we live in, we are raised to believe that our bodies need to look a certain way in order for us to have value, and most of us have internalized this belief to a great extent. So you might have a goal of getting a more toned body or whatever it is that your goal is really, and because wellness is very often equated with body appearance, your goal to look more toned might be spilling into your relationship with food and obviously your relationship with your body. So when it comes to these feelings of self-judgment, self-criticism, it might be that you fear that if you don't work out, if you don't 100% stick to your workout plan, you're not going to reach your body goal. Or you fear that this weekend of just eating whatever you want is going to mess up your body, you're going to gain all of the weight, you're going to be fat, you're going to be ugly, just all of the things that we fear as women who are trying to attach our value to external things. So I'm hoping that you are starting to see the deeper thought pattern that occurs that is actually underneath that self-judgment, those feelings of guilt, those feelings of anxiety that you experience when you deviate from your health plan. So once you have started questioning that inner critic, that mean girl who's always trying to beat you up, you can start to gain more control of your experience of wellness. You can start to be in the driver's seat of your wellness journey. And when I say driver's seat, I'm really alluding to the fact that a lot of us women, when we start a health journey, it's because we want to lose weight. And why do we want to lose weight? It's because of an external belief that we've inherited and internalized about our worth being attached to how our body looks. So getting back into the driver's seat of your wellness journey means deciding for yourself on your own terms what wellness looks like for you. What type of a body you want to have. Is it important to you how your body looks, or is it more important to you how you feel? So this is what I'm talking about when I'm, mentioning moving away from unconscious beliefs that are driving your experience to coming into the driver's seat of your sustainable and joyful wellness journey. So now let's talk about how you can actually catch yourself in that negative cycle and really just start training yourself to be more in control of creating a positive experience, a positive relationship with your body, with food, and just a positive perception of wellness in general. The first thing is to beware of perfectionism. Most of us have this crazy expectation that we are going to be always able to kill it. We're always going to be able to make the healthy meals, eat the healthy meals. We're always going to be able to work out 6 times a week because life is perfect, life is linear. But you know that isn't true because you probably haven't been able to keep that up over a long period of time because life changes. Sometimes you're not in a season where you can show up 100%. 100% looks different for you when you're in a season where, I don't know, maybe you've got hectic studies going on or you've got a lot going on at work. So the first thing is to really step away from this black and white thinking of either I'm showing up 100% or I'm not showing up at all. Between this black and this white, there's all of this space in the middle for negative thoughts to really come to the surface and beat you up. So let go of perfectionism, give yourself grace, and the best thing that you can do is to set smart goals that create a sustainable action plan for you given your current circumstances. So if you want to know more about how to set smart goals for your wellness journey, definitely catch this video up here where I talk more in detail about that. Secondly, watch your self-talk. When I was kind of at the start of my health and wellness journey in 2017, I was battling some really negative self-talk, and I eventually just had to go to a food therapist to help me develop a healthier relationship with my body and a healthier relationship with food. At the time, I didn't realize it, but my negative self-talk was really creating a negative experience of my wellness journey. It was more about beating myself up for everything that I was doing wrong rather than just creating space for me to do the things that made me feel good. So you are going to need to train yourself to catch those negative thoughts when they show up and flip the script. When you have a negative thought that pops up, catch it, recognize and acknowledge the thought, and then turn it into something more loving and compassionate to yourself. So this can sound like a bit of an airy-fairy thing that's not really going to have any real life impact, but trust me, it will. Your thoughts basically create your reality. If you're able to retrain yourself to have positive thoughts over a span of time, it's going to influence the beliefs that you have about yourself. So really get conscious about your thoughts and put in the work to make sure that every time you have a negative thought about yourself, you turn it into a positive thought. This doesn't mean that you can't be real with yourself when you're like, yo, I've really been slacking. But it does mean that when your inner mean girl, your inner critic starts to say things like, oh my goodness, I haven't been showing up in my workout. I haven't worked out for 5 days. I'm such a failure. You're like, maybe I haven't worked out for 5 days, and sure, I'm not reaching my goals, but tomorrow's a new day and I'm gonna show up tomorrow. So it's not constructive to beat yourself up, rather turn it into a positive thought. The third thing that can help you to start moving into a place of self-compassion and self-love is keeping a loving kindness journal. So in this journal, you can ask yourself questions, give yourself journal prompts around the fears that you have, around the negative beliefs that you have about yourself, your body. Some possible journaling prompts that you can use are, why is it important to me to work out every day and eat healthily? This is going to help you on really gaining that clarity of your intention and coming into that driver's seat of your wellness journey. Another question that you can ask is, perhaps you are catching yourself in that negative thought spiral. Why am I judging myself so harshly? Another one could be, what am I afraid of will happen if I don't do X? Or what am I afraid of is going to happen if I binge eat or I have a cheat meal, right? So use some of those journaling prompts to really just drop down into your deeper experience and find out what those negative scripts are, those negative limiting beliefs are that have been running the show in the background. So you can use those journaling prompts to really deepen your awareness of what's going on for you internally, but you can also use your loving kindness journal to create some new positive stories for yourself. You can use your journal to create a new identity for yourself. Ask yourself, what type of a person do I want to be? What type of a relationship do I want to have with myself? What type of a relationship do I want to have with food? How do I want to feel in my body every day? What action steps do I want to take to love myself and better myself? And bettering yourself it's up to you how you define that. So use that loving kindness journal to really get clear on what's holding you back and to propel yourself into a more aligned, easeful and graceful experience of wellness. Those are my tips on what you can do to stop judging yourself, silence that inner critic, and get more positive and get in the the driver's seat of your wellness experience. And if you feel like this is something that you need a little bit more support with, I strongly recommend that you head to the link in my description to book a free 30-minute breakthrough session with me. This is a free coaching session which will give you the opportunity to work with me on some of these things that we're talking about today, or whatever else you are struggling with in your wellness in your life. So the link to that is in my description box. And otherwise, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram. I am Tepangbowe. Let me know what other questions you have in the comments below, and I can't wait to see you next week. Lots of love.